Not long after President Tinubu's administration assumed office, opposition parties began to unravel, slipping into a visibly weakened and fractured state. This sudden shift quickly sparked widespread suspicion across party lines, with many alleging that agents of the Tinubu's government might be stoking internal crisis within the opposition, fueling fears that Nigeria could be drifting towards a one-party state. The presidency, however, issued a swift disclaimer, distancing itself from any involvement in the internal troubles of rival parties. In a related development, the Minister of the FCT, an influential figure within the President Tinubu's cabinet, while holding allegiance to the PDP, blamed the party's internal dysfunction on its failure to adhere to its zoning structure. He dismissed allegations that it was working to sabotage the party from within. Despite the strong denials, allegations against the ruling party persist, with critics pointing to the alleged role in the declining state of the opposition. At the 99th NEC meeting, which saw the assumption of office of the Senator David Mark-led executive, in what many considered the most explosive revelation yet, the immediate past national chairman of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, claimed the Tinubu administration had offered him 3 ministerial slots in exchange for preventing the ADC from serving as a coalition platform for opposition forces. The allegation ignited a wave of outrage, prompting the presidency to issue a swift rebuttal.
What he alleged was mere sheep talk, very cheap lie, and is something that you find politicians, the kind of game they play. They just open their mouth and say all kinds of nonsense. I think the onus is on the man to prove that our party or the presidency approached him and offered him 3 slots. Where would the 3 slots go? I think there's only one vacancy now in the cabinet. I think he wanted to impress his new paymasters, so he had to tell them some lies that the government of President Tinubu offered him and his associate 3 ministerial slots.
Again, between the ruling party and the opposition intensifies. The nation continues to witness a wave of defection and counter-defections. What Nigeria needs now is an urgent call for political actors on all sides to put the national interest above partisan agenda and work collectively to safeguard the country's democracy. Benga Ashuru, Arise News.
Nigeria's Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Atiku Bagudu, says the North has no reason to fear or regret its support for President Bola Tinubu, noting that the region is fully represented and actively involved in the country's governance. Arise News correspondent Nisi Gabriel tells us more.
This is day 2, which marks the closing day of the Government Citizens Engagement organized by the Sir Ahmedu Bello Memorial Foundation at Ariwa House in Kaduna. During one of the technical sessions, Atiku Bagudu, the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, says there is no discrimination against the North under President Tinubu. He highlights the economic situation inherited by the Tinubu administration and the policy crafted under the president to confront these challenges through tough but necessary reforms.
Mr. President actually challenged governors to come up with priorities word by word so that we can support economic activity and drive, having gotten out of the wood with macroeconomic stability. Because now the world believes in us. Now we see private capital willing to invest in Nigeria. Now we see rating institutions acknowledging our reforms.
Bagudu cites improved federal allocations to states as one of the immediate benefits of the reforms.
For example, Adamawa in May 2023 got 9.76 billion, but in June 2025 they got 22.73 billion, and it's similar for most states. I can assure our brothers and sisters from the North that the President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu that we work with is a firm believer in Nigeria, does not do things out of regional, ethnic, or any fault line consideration.
While engaging the audience, the Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, says President Tinubu met a food crisis and responded with bold, data-driven initiatives.
In August 2023, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu declared a state of emergency, and as per his own mandate, that state of emergency is still on. So for us as a ministry, the strategy is to ramp up production, because if we have more food, then simple economics, the price of food can come down.
The government officials are now urging the North to engage more strategically with democratic institutions, especially in influencing national budgeting. According to them, global confidence in Nigeria is returning, and the North should consolidate its support for the government for a better future. Nisi Gabriel, Arise News, Kaduna.